Hi there, and welcome to Magic Loops. Today we're going to show you how to create a mock data API for generating data for your application. Let's see here. Create an API that generates mock user data using an LLM and returns an API response. So now we'll go to the outline step, and we'll see that we have an API call, an LLM call, and an API response. One thing to note, though, is I haven't given it a schema to follow. So let's show it an example schema. I've generated an example schema here. So I'm going to copy this. This is an internal kind of ChatGPT client that we use. But let's go back here and paste this in. Please use this example data. This is JSON. Okay, great. So now we've got this API call, an LLM call, and this looks good to me. Let's try it. So now we're going to go through and build out the example loop here. And we have an API. So we can go ahead and activate this, but I'm noticing a few things that I might want to tweak. First of all, it's using example.com. I don't love that. And we're going to check to see if history is on. Sweet, chat history is on and JSON mode is on. Perfect. Let's update our prompt here and tell it to use common email domains. Please use common email domains like gmail.com, yahoo.com, etc. We'll go ahead and click regenerate. So now we've got Emily Johnson at yahoo.com with a city, hometown, California. Is hometown, California actually a place? Maybe? No. Let's go back here. Please use real US cities. Okay, now we've got Austin, Texas. Fantastic. This looks good to me. Let's just double check here. Chat history, JSON mode, and let's increase the chat history. So what this means is that every time we call this LLM block, we will see the previous messages. So in this case, we're going to increase this to 48,000 words. And so that way, as we generate data, we reduce the chance of duplicate or conflicting data. Obviously, we're using GPT-4o Mini. If we see a case where things are not as great as we want, we can switch to GPT-4o Turbo, noting that it will be slightly more expensive to run. But for this simple schema, I think GPT-4o Mini will do just fine. So let's see here. This looks good. Let's try and activate it. Now, I will note we have an input here from the API. We don't actually need this input. We should probably be able to call this on its own. So let's try it. We'll click activate, and we'll go and we'll copy just the URL, and we'll try it. Okay, we've got Emily Smith in Houston, Texas. We'll run this again. We'll do a pretty print here. We've got Michael Johnson in Chicago. Can run it again. And we've got Sarah Williams in Phoenix. We'll run it again. Let's do a pretty print. We've got David Brown in Seattle. This looks good to me. So we can go back to our magic loop and look at the runs. And you can see for each run that we've gone through, we can see the output that we pushed as an API response. Now that this is active, I can hook it in and call it from my mock data generation script or wherever I'd like. That's Magic Loops, creating mock data. Let us know if you have any questions, and we're excited to see your use cases.